Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you. So welcome to this session. It's a very short session regarding 10 important textbooks to crack UPSC CSE. Alright, so today we will be seeing some very good textbooks that you can read, which will definitely help you to crack your UPSC CSE examination. Okay, so let's begin the session, but before that let me just talk to you about Unacademy. Unacademy is India's largest learning platform which offers you a wide variety of things starting from daily live classes where you can chat with your educator, engage in discussions, clear your doubts, so on and so on. Live tests and quizzes, where you can practice more and more and gain more confidence. You can evaluate your own preparation. Okay, structured courses, which will deal with the entire syllabus for the UPSC CSE examination. And unlimited access to all Unacademy resources, which are relevant for your subscription. So all these are provided to you by Unacademy. And in order to get all these, the first thing you have to do is to download Unacademy Learning app. Download the Learning app from Google Play or App Store and get a subscription. Before that, let me just introduce to you myself. I am Madhav Sankar R Warrier, and you can follow me in my Telegram channel where I will be posting my class notes, PDFs, schedules, etc. etc. Also, do follow me on Unacademy channel to make sure that you will be notified whenever I post a schedule. Okay, so Unacademy brings you all these top educators from all over the country. You can avail their expertise in order to boost your preparation for the civil service examination. And the current rates for UPSC CSE subscription for Unacademy is as shown here. Okay, so there are two kinds of subscriptions for UPSC CSE students. One is Plus and the other one is Iconic. In the Plus subscription, you will be getting everything that I have so far mentioned. Okay, also these are the current rates. So it starts from 1 month all the way to 3 years. Okay, so a typical subscription of say 1 year will cost you 49,500 rupees. But if you use my code MSRW1, you can avail a 10% discount and have to pay only 44,550 rupees. Alright, so this kind of discount is applicable for all these subscriptions upon using my code. Also, if you go for any subscriptions that is above 6 months and for a lengthier time up till 3 years, you can avail the no cost EMI facility to pay the fees. Okay, so this is one kind of subscription. The other one is known as the Iconic subscription. Iconic subscription is packaged to you in 3 time periods: 1 year, 2 year and 3 year subscriptions. In this one, you will be getting something extra compared to the Plus package. So what is these extra things? You will be assigned a personal coach. Personal coach means a person or a mentor who will be there to guide you throughout the exam preparation time. You can get feedbacks, clear your queries, etc. etc. Also, daily mains answer writing practice, study planner, personalized feedback sessions. All this will be provided to you over and above the Plus package if you go for an Iconic subscription. Again, Iconic subscription can also avail EMI facility for all these packages. 1 year subscription will cost you 69,500, but upon using my code MSRW1, you can again avail a 10% deduction and has to pay only 62,550 rupees. Okay, so make sure to grab a subscription as fast as possible, because as an introductory offer until 31st of October, those who take a subscription will get optional subscription for the same period free of cost. Okay, so if you are taking a 1 year subscription, you have to pay only the GS amount. Optional subscription will be free. But afterwards, optional subscription will also have a separate payment after 31st of October. So do take a subscription before that and join Unacademy. Unacademy provides you a wide variety of optional courses. Some of them are shown here, but these are not limited to the list given here. Okay, you have the typical PubBat, sociology, geography, history, economics, etc. etc. Even literature are included. Clear? So take a pick and grab a subscription. And this is the typical Unacademy rate for various subscriptions. For UPSC CSE optional, starting from 1 month up to 3 years. Okay, the 1 year typical subscription rate is shown here. For optional, 27,500 and 49,500 for GS. Again, upon using my code MSRW1, you can actually avail 10% off on any of these subscriptions. Alright, so do grab a subscription as fast as possible because October 31st is very close. Now, this is a peep into my Unacademy channel where I have already completed many of my sessions. There is an ongoing world history series that is happening there at the moment. So you can watch that too. It broadcasts every day at 8 p.m. Alright, So let's begin our session for the day, and it is the 10 most important textbooks for the UPSC CSE examination. Let me just tell you at the beginning itself, this module, or I have picked these 10 textbooks not just for prelims. Okay, so this is covering prelims, mains, etc. So you may not see some of the typical textbooks here, but I have picked the most important ones that would definitely give you a better chance in cracking the UPSC CSE. Alright, so let's begin. First of all, NCERTs. I know that this is not one particular textbook, but then NCERTs are one of the most important textbooks as far as UPSC is concerned. Okay, I cannot handpick a particular book from NCERT. So from class 6, okay, all the way to class 12, you have to have a basic understanding on the NCERT textbooks. Alright, also make sure that you read all the non-science textbooks. Okay, for example, polity, economics, similarly sociology, these kinds of textbooks that are related to humanities. Okay, humanities subjects NCERTs are most important. So read everything in the humanities textbooks from standard 6 to standard 12. Also, you have to choose which books are necessary. For example, if you go for reading class 11 NCERT history book, that is not much important for UPSC. Okay, but class 11 art and culture is of supreme importance for UPSC history. Clear? So you need to look what is necessary and what is not necessary, but otherwise do a comprehensive coverage. As far as science textbooks are concerned, handpick them. Okay, for example, biology 10th standard book is enough. Similarly, chemistry, you do not have to study everything. Okay, so these are as far as NCERTs are concerned. Make sure to read them very well. Highly important. This year prelims also, UPSC 2020 prelims, there was direct questions from NCERT. It was copy pasted in the prelims question paper, the exact passage. Okay, that is, so anybody who is starting preparation has to make sure that they read the NCERTs thoroughly. Clear? Standard 6 to standard 12. Don't forget. This is the base. Now, the second most important textbook, everyone knows, Lakshmikant. Okay, Indian Polity by Lakshmikant is a must for UPSC. Some people call it as the Bible of UPSC civil service preparation. I may not call that, but this book is more than enough to get you through polity as far as prelims are concerned. Okay, mains also, this is pretty great book, but you need to add some more knowledge to it in a broader basis. Okay, so Lakshmikant's polity book, one thing you have to note here is the edition. Okay, when this video is prepared, maybe this book is the latest one, but later on a new edition will come. You have to make sure that whatever is updated in the new edition is updated by you also. Okay, so if you are using an old version of NCERT, make sure to add the new updates. For example, GST and various other financial aspects that came in are all may not be there in the old NCERTs. So old Lakshmikant textbook. So make sure to add these also. So this is text number 2. Also useful for GS paper 2. Now, third textbook. This is from Geography. Geography textbook from GC Leong. Okay, some people say about Majid Hussain sir's textbook. That is also pretty neat. But why I chose this particular textbook is because this is smaller. Okay, this is typically about less than 150 pages. So you can easily read it. Also, it is not high funda language. It is easy to understand. And the physical and human geography will be comprehensively covered in this book. Okay, as far as Indian geography is concerned, you can actually learn it from NCERT textbooks. You do not have to go anywhere else. You are already reading NCERTs, so just append that with the GC Leong textbook, exclusively designed for physical and human geography. Especially in this textbooks, there are two parts, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is of supreme importance. Part 2 is comparatively of less importance. Okay, so do make sure you read this textbook. Actually, you can finish this textbook in 2 days. Okay, it is that small. So make the time worth it. Savinder Singh's textbook is also, Pranjal Swami, Savinder Singh's textbook is also really nice. But again, that is a comparatively larger textbook. So I picked GC Leong because it gives everything in a compact, concise manner, which will help you save a lot of time. Okay, geography, unless you are geography optional, you do not have to spend too much time into geography. Okay, I mean for optional people, there is a different set of books, so I am not going there. Alright, now coming to fourth one, Okay, this is actually two textbooks. Okay, first one everybody knows, A Brief History of Modern India by Rajiv Ahir, the Spectrum Publications. All right, so this is best textbooks for UPSC prelims as far as modern India is concerned. Okay, for UPSC prelims, I want to repeat this again. UPSC prelims, not mains. So this textbook by Rajiv Ahir, A Brief History of Modern India, is an excellent choice for your prelims. Because if you have seen this textbook, inside it is given in a prelims oriented manner. There are many one words, there are various charts and lists towards the back of this textbook. Okay, so it is exclusively designed for prelims. But you need something extra for mains. You need some more substance. Okay, you need some more clarity in concepts as far as mains are concerned. So for the same topic of modern India, for mains, the textbook to follow is Indian Struggle for Independence, written by none other than Bipin Chandra. Okay, Bipin Chandra's India's Struggle for Independence is the book to go for as far as the modern India UPSC mains are concerned. There is another book called Plassey to Partition. That is also a really nice choice. Okay, but based on these two books, I would favor this one. But there are other people who say Plassey to Partition is a much better book. It's based on you. But I have picked Bipin Chandra's India's Struggle for Independence for UPSC mains history. Alright. Moving on. Number 5. None other than Ramesh Singh. Okay, we have 10 textbooks and we are at halfway now. Number 5th one, Ramesh Singh. There is no other textbook for UPSC economics. Alright. There is a smaller book known by another author known as Shankar Ganesh. Okay, Shankar Ganesh. This textbook is very comprehensive. I mean, very compact and crisp. Okay, but Ramesh Singh's textbook is pretty much covering everything that we need. It is Ramesh Singh's textbook is a bit more bulky compared to Shankar Ganesh textbook. But the difference is that Ramesh Singh's textbook is done. I mean, that is a done deal for economics. As far as Shankar Ganesh's textbook is concerned, it provides you with the basics. So that book is designed for you to gain time. Okay, if you have seen this textbook is less than 200 pages, which means again, you can complete this textbook in 2-3 days. But Ramesh Singh's textbook is 400 plus pages, which will take you some extra time to grab the concepts. But it is a very beautiful book designed. Also, economics is a constantly changing topic. So make sure to grab the latest edition. Okay, this is from 2021. So this one is the latest cover. So make sure if you are buying it, buy the newest edition. Otherwise, make sure to add all the new economical developments when you study. Also, an extra point, when you study economics, don't forget to study economic survey, budget, and such other important documents, finance commission reports. Clear? So these should be studied. It is understood. I am talking about the static portions. Alright, you have to supplement all these textbooks with current affairs materials. Clear? Moving on to next book. Number 6. If you have any doubts, you can put it in the YouTube chat. I will get back to you. Okay. Question number, 6th textbook for environment. There is no other textbook for environment other than Shankar's. Okay, this is the best textbook there is for UPSC as far as environment education is concerned. Okay, designed by Shankar IAS Academy, and this pretty much does for environment. Also, here also you have to append it with current affair materials. But other than that, this is a comprehensive coverage. Also, Unacademy educators have comprehensively done many environment series. Okay, some sirs like Rahul Bharadwaj sir, etc. has done a comprehensive coverage on environment that is worth your time. Okay, so do take a look at these Unacademy classes on environment also. Very, very useful for your UPSC, not just for prelims but also for mains. So this is text number 6. Moving on, text number 7. This is a very beautiful book for post-independence India. Okay, I told you between start of Indian freedom struggle till 1947, Bipin Chandra sir's textbook is awesome. But after independence, there is another textbook by Bipin Chandra sir himself known as India After Independence. That is a beautiful book. But there is another book, India After Gandhi, written by Ramachandra Guha. This is a class. Okay, this book is a class apart. If you have read this book, it is, you will fall in love with history instantly. This is such a beautiful book. If you haven't read this, even if you are not preparing for UPSC, if you have time, buy this book and read it. Okay, one thing that I have to tell you is this book is a bit bulky. It will take a lot of time to complete. Okay, but again, when you read for UPSC, read important topics. Do not go for the entire book. Read the important topics which are given inside the book and move on. If you are not preparing for UPSC and loves reading, then this is a book that you should definitely add to your list. Okay, this is a great book to buy and it's worth your time. Text number 8. None other than The Wonder That Was India. Okay, The Wonder That Was India by A.L. Basham. This book is actually designed for ancient India, and ancient and some portion of medieval India is also covered. So this is a comprehensive book for UPSC Mains history, ancient and a bit of medieval. Another awesome book. You can follow this one. Also make sure you read the corresponding portions in NCERT textbook. Already while you prepare for mains, you read books like Satish Chandra Sir's textbook, then R.S. Sharma Sir's textbook. Okay, so along with that, add this one for mains. Splendid book which will comprehensively cover India's ancient past. There is another book which is also very favored by many aspirants, that is Upendra Singh. Okay, Upendra Singh's textbook is also very much favored by many aspirants. That is also a great book. You can buy that as well. But comparatively, this is a supreme book if you go for it. Also, there is another book for art and culture from Nitin Singhania sir. That is also a really great book. But as far as history is concerned, as far as ancient history is concerned, The Wonder That Was India is one of the class. Okay, that is number 8. Number 9. This is not exactly a textbook, but this will help you a lot. Whenever you study geography, whenever you study world history, this one, Orient Black Swan's Atlas. This is a must to have. Keep this book alongside with you whenever you study portions that has something to do with maps. Alright, and it will help you a lot. Topography, human geography, agricultural spread, okay, climatic regions, everything, ocean currents, all these are in the Orient Black Swan Atlas, which are exclusively designed for competitive examinations. So I request all of you to give it a try. Okay, keep it with you whenever you study geography, history, etc. and it will definitely help you. Especially if you are geography or history optional, you know that there is mapping in your exam also. In the optional paper 1, there is mapping. So this book will immensely help you to get through these areas. Okay, and finally book number 10, the last one for the day, that is Modern World History by Norman Lowe. This book pretty much covers entire modern world history. From World War I onwards, everything is very comprehensively covered by Norman Lowe. But there is another book which is by an Indian author named Arjun Dev. Okay, so those who wish to buy that also can do it. Arjun Dev textbook is also very much recommended for world history. But Modern World History by Norman Lowe, this is a class book. Okay, this is one of its kind. The problem with this book is that it is not in a linear fashion. It is not written in a linear fashion. It starts with World War I and goes all the way to end of World War II and then come back to Russian Revolution. Okay, so it is not a linear fashion of writing. So when you read it, you will have to read each chapter as individual sections. You cannot get that continuity as far as this book is concerned. But even then, this is a very highly recommended book because you cannot get more details on world history anywhere else other than this particular textbook. Alright, also you can follow Arjun Dev's textbook if you like an Indian author and a much simpler language. Compared to Norman Lowe's textbook, Arjun Dev textbook has a simpler language and it is easy to understand. But I prefer this one. Clear? So that is it. We have come to the end of this session with 10 important textbooks. If you have any queries, you can ask me. I will be here for 10 minutes. Let me see. Yeah, India Since Independence by Bipin Chandra Sir's textbook is definitely there. But as I told you, this one by Ramachandra Guha is awesome textbook. You have just try to read this book. Alright, if you get time, try to read this book and you will understand how this is grabbing you. I mean, once you start reading, you won't be able to stop it. It is such a class book. Also, the details are perfectly given and it is immensely useful for your examination. Okay, I prefer this one for post-independence India. It's up to you. Some people go for Biban Chandra sir's textbook. That is also a really nice textbook. You can go for that if you like that version. But remember, whenever you study history, there are many versions. Okay, even if you take two books from the same time period, the two authors will have different perspectives of that period. Okay, so some people agree with the Biban Chandra sir's perspective. Some people go with Ramachandra Guha sir's perspective. That depends. Based on whatever you want, you can take it. All right. Next one. Tell something about NCRT. NCRT, as I told you, the first book I mentioned was NCRT. You have to study everything from class 6 to class 12. Okay, not all the textbooks. Those textbooks that deals with humanities portions, which means history, geography, polity, economics. These kinds of textbook you have to cover all these standards. As far as science subjects are concerned, handpick the textbook. You no need to read everything of physics or chemistry or biology. That textbooks you can choose and study. Okay, just analyze the previous year's papers and see what area has come for the exam. Preferably, as far as science subjects are concerned, study 9th standard and 10th standard only. That is more than enough for science textbooks. Okay, but humanities textbooks, class 6 to class 12, all are important. Next question. I have bought Lakshmikant 4th edition. Is it necessary to buy latest edition? I too have Lakshmikant sir's 4th edition textbook. But remember that in the 4th edition textbooks, there is no Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog has not happened at that time. So it is still planning commission. Similarly, GST and some other new developments has not added to it. Don't worry. You can keep the 4th edition textbooks with you. And you can append the other information from online sources. Or say from other current affairs materials. Okay, that is more than enough because these kinds of things will keep on changing. Next year, when the new edition comes, it will be again something different. Okay, because a Supreme Court judgment, when a Supreme Court judgment comes, it will severely impact the polity. Okay, so we cannot always be updated with the latest book. That is a waste of money. So make sure you have a book, keep it with you and just append information from current affairs materials. That is fine. Next question. Disaster management by IGNOU and crisis management by second ARC. Yes, that is an excellent. This is for, I told you, this section do not comprehensively cover all the textbooks. I have just handpicked the 10 most important textbooks that I felt is really good for examination. Okay, so in the main section, there is a part called disaster management. And for studying that, you can definitely go for second ARC, IGNOU material and the second ARC. Second ARC is a must read for all UPSC aspirants. Okay. Administrative Reforms Commission second report. It is immensely useful for all the UPSC aspirants. So at least go through it once before you go for UPSC mains. Clear? And disaster management IGNOU textbook is beautiful. But I haven't specified it because it doesn't come in my top 10 books. That's all. Next question. Oxford Atlas is more than okay. Alright, Orient Black Swan Atlas or Oxford Atlas. Both are fine. This is a bit more exclusively designed for competitive examinations. Other one is a bit more broader. Okay, that is why I chose Orient Black Swan over Oxford. But Oxford Atlas is also fine. Okay, anything else? No? Okay, I think that is it, everyone. Thank you for joining in this session. If you have any more queries, you can actually contact me via the Unacademy Learning app. There is a personal chat section in that app. Okay, also kindly use my code MSRW1 to get 10% discount on all Unacademy subscriptions. Alright. Yeah, one more question has come up. Best book for history. There is no best book for history. Okay, I have told you there are different textbooks for different kinds of history. Ancient history, there is one. Medieval India, there is something else. More world history, there is third textbook. Okay, so start with NCRTs and then use the books that I have just mentioned. Ramachandra Guha sir, Biban Chandra sir. Then in The Wonder That Was India by A.L. Basham and all these textbooks. And how to enhance English. The best way to enhance English is read more English books and try to speak as much as possible in English. Okay, that is, I mean, there is no shortcut for that. Understand, UPSC is not recruiting, Hollywood actors. Okay, they do not want you to speak in fluent American English. That's not necessary. You just have to be able to explain whatever you want to convey in a very understandable manner. That's it. So no need to form complex sentences or anything. explain, you should be able to make the examiner convinced about whatever you are writing. So that is it. You need not have that kind of extra hyphanda Shashi Tharoor sir's kind of English. Basic English is all that is required. If you just be confident and go for it. Old NCRTs are sufficient for ancient and medieval. Old NCRTs are sufficient for, yes, both these ancient and medieval. Old NCRTs are really good, especially for ancient. Old NCRTs are the best. Also, Tamil Nadu state and history book is very good for ancient India. But as far as modern India is concerned, pretty much go for new NCRT textbook. Okay, compared to old one. For modern India, new NCRT is much more advisable. Anything else? If you have any queries, you can ask me now. I will be waiting for just 1 minute. I have almost, I think, answered all your questions. If you have anything else, please ask me. Nothing, right? Yeah, so that is it. Thank you for joining. Please share this video with your friends also, so that they can also benefit from it. All right. So thanks for joining, everyone. Bye bye.